Guys, I want to talk to you about why selling your car now is almost always better than later. Now, it might sound like a funny sales pitch or something, but there's actually some super key reasons, especially when you want to get the maximum value for your car. And with the exporter, I'm going to tell you how this is going to help you quite a bit. So as you can imagine, market values fluctuate. If you have been watching the news at all, obviously the dollar's going up and down and up and down. And right now though, historically, the dollar's at a pretty much all-time high. If you're looking over the last decade, this is a prime time to sell your car while using the exporter and getting the most possible value. So let me explain that just slightly. So if you have a $100,000 truck, for instance, and you're using the American dollar to get the most value, you could be getting $5,000 or $10,000 more than if the dollar were to drop by 3 or 4 cents. So using that dollar to your advantage is going to be fantastic, and obviously now is a wonderful time to do that. Let's talk about quickly depreciation, our favorite word ever. Obviously, vehicles are a depreciating asset, so they're always dropping value. Now, that value doesn't change massively month to month, but depending on your vehicle, especially in those first few years, it could be anywhere from 500 to 5,000 in an individual month, and there's a couple of reasons for that. But I want to talk about why selling now helps. So there's a seasonality to depreciation in cars as well. A lot of manufacturers have brand new vehicles that are coming out all the time now. Back in the day, meaning maybe a couple of years ago, cars typically were coming out in that like September, October, November time, and you kind of knew when the new models were coming out. Obviously, when a brand new model hits the market, everything else takes a quicker depreciation than it would just in a standard month like January, February, March, April, May, that kind of thing. So when the new models hit, obviously the other ones go on clearance. That makes everything drop significantly, anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000. So you want to make sure that we're trying to stay ahead of that, and we're going to help you to do that and make sure that now is the right time for your particular vehicle. Now, as the tariffs have been on, and not just tariffs, but in general with the marketplace, there's a lot of cars that can't come over the border. And you've seen, just for instance, off the top of my mind, I know that Nissan, Toyota, and a lot of other manufacturers just stopped production on certain cars. So now you're seeing that different makes and models are actually coming across, say, the 2025, 2026 models. It's all through the year. So having an expert team that's watching this for you all the time is gonna help you time selling your car perfectly. You don't want to be selling just after a new model came out, for instance, all the time, but we're here to help you with that. So depreciation and seasonal timing are important, and I can almost tell you that doing things sooner than later is always going to be in your benefit. So one of the things that we do at Exporter is we're going to give you these incredible offers, and you're going to get this max value, but we can only hold those offers for about 48 hours. And the reason that we do that is 48 hours from now, the dollar could move up or down 1 or 2 cents, and that can drop or gain value. Now, if it goes up, fantastic, but if it goes down, we could see a swing in the 500s or thousands of dollars. So we lock that in. We make sure that if we give you an offer, that we're going to come through for you on that offer for those 48 hours. Now, remember that it's still free to resubmit it to us. So if you do send an offer, if that 48 hours goes by, just send back an email, let us know, and we'll run everything by it one more time to make sure that everything stayed the same. There are market peaks. If you are coming into the spring, you're gonna find your convertibles, your sports cars, things like that are going to start to be worth a little bit more. If you're selling in the winter and people aren't buying them immediately, then they obviously are gonna be worth less because there's not as high of a demand. Everybody's like, I can't wait to get my car, and then they can't get in their car for 6 months because it's the middle of December. Now, one of the exciting parts about working with Exporter is that you now are able to market your car to everybody in North America, and that includes Florida and southern states. So typically in that winter, fall season, when some of these cars would be at their least value, we're still able to move them for you at maximum prices, getting you the most possible value. So that's a massive advantage about working with Exporter and trying to get you the most you can. We also, now you're not just looking at the Canadian market, you're looking at 360, 380 million people in the US, so your market just 10x'd, which means the possibility of getting the most for your vehicle is at its peak right now. Okay, so four-wheel drive vehicles, obviously as you're getting into fall and winter, they tend to peak, but at the same time, being in Canada, your vehicle would be worth probably a steady amount all the way through the year, but I do find that SUVs, four-wheel drives, especially higher-end models, tend to peak in that fall season. So depending on what your use is for the vehicle, there are just peaks and valleys depending on what you're selling and what you need from it, but we will help you to organize that. Here's another great advantage about selling your vehicle right now. And not just right now, but one of the biggest pieces about working with Exporter is we're gonna give you exclusive offers that we get from our dealerships and from our access. So we're gonna tell you, hey, listen, right now, I'm able to offer you this into a new vehicle, and because of that, we can pay a little bit more for your vehicle. And that happens all the time. I get into, if you follow us on YouTube or any of our social channels, I do a little bit more in depth on that and the exclusive offers that you get when you work with Exporter, but I can tell you that they're better than the general public. So stay tuned, check out for that. There's a lot to be had, a lot to understand, and I look forward to showing you guys that stuff. One of the best parts about working with the Exporter is that you're gonna get a value today. We're gonna show you exactly what it's worth today. That looks at your current depreciation, it looks at the market peaks and valleys, and at its absolute max value right now. So that's fantastic information for you. We're gonna say, here's what it's worth in Canada, here's what it's worth in the US, here's all the facts, and here's your offer today. Now you don't have to take that offer, there's no obligation for that, but now you have all the knowledge. So you know going forward, it might be worth a little bit more, a little bit less, and you can gauge the market. There's absolutely no risk in finding out what it's worth. And that's the difference between what we do at the Exporter and what everybody else does, is that we're not using an algorithm, we're not just generically throwing a number at the car, we're looking at your car specifically, what you've done with it. Does it have extra accessories? Does it have other options? We make sure that we're getting you the most value, so you know what your vehicle's worth, not just what any vehicle that's like yours is worth. So it's worth just coming and checking it out. There's absolutely, it's free, and we're here to help. So take advantage of that. Doing that today will obviously give you more knowledge for selling your car tomorrow. So listen, there's a lot to understand about selling your car today versus selling your car tomorrow. But I can tell you that historically, prices are an all-time high, that now is an absolute fantastic time to get the most value for your car. And it's almost always in your benefit to do things today versus tomorrow, especially with a depreciating asset, the market being so strong. Hopefully you guys will follow us on our YouTube channel, on our social channels. We give away some phenomenal offers, some deals, and some things that will help you guys learn more about the market and more about this amazing opportunity at the Exporter. Hope to see you guys there. Have a great day.